Come on.
Cabbage day.
Cabbage day. That's it, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to do the wild garlic soup. It's actually wild garlic and our homegrown cabbage there, which is looking rather lush. And we've got the cauliflower and calabrese. We've got one large onion all chopped up relatively finely, and a couple of carrots. And for flavouring, we've got the herbs of Provence. We're going to give them a teaspoon of each of herbs of Provence, black pepper, the salt, and ground turmeric. And we've got the stock there as well. We've got the bouillon stock that we're going to be adding in. Now you can use the vegetable stock, but we're not vegetarians. We're using the chicken stock. If you are a vegetarian or indeed a vegan, then you can use the alternative, the vegetable stock. Butter there as well. Now you'll have to find an alternative to the butter using some sort of a vegetable oil, but really for us with any soup the butter is the key. The butter makes the soup really. You want slightly salted butter. Alright, you'll also need a big pan like that, just for comparison. So a large cooking pan like that one. And so I'm going to fire that up now and start to melt off the butter and get it nicely hot. Okay, in with the butter. Get that sizzle going. The smell is beautiful. That's about a third of a I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? The blocks of butter that you get. It's about a third of it. I don't know what that is in ounces or whatever, but we'll have a look and see if we can find out. Yeah, there's 250 grams in a block. So what you're looking at there is probably around about 70 grams. 75 grams, something like that. A bit less than a third. So I'm going to get the onions and the carrots in now. Alright, so the carrots are in. All swirling about in that glorious butter. And now we're going to add the onions. It's a large onion. Roughly chopped. Try and get out to be all light there, guys. At this stage we're on a high heat, or relatively high heat, and we want to soften them off and start a bit of a caramelisation process before we add the rest of the stuff in. That's all going in. Okay, now while that's simmering slightly there and just wilting and relaxing, or whatever you want to call it, I'm not Egon Rowan here. I'm going to chop up the rest of the veggies. Yes, I'm going to chop all of those down into sort of no bigger than an inch really, put the segments. So I'll do that now, because what's going to be added in first is this stuff. Alright, and then we're going to add in the water, which is going to be a pint of water that's going in there with the bouillon. But I'm going to chop those down. I'm going to get those in now so they can start the cooking process. We're about 3 minutes in so far. You know, I'll forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. That's about 6 ounces of potatoes, or new potatoes there. And they're going to be added in as well. So I'm going to chop those up and add those in. But as you can see, we've got the broccoli and the cauliflower in there as well. Just beginning to wilt that down. And the potatoes are going to be going in, and then straight away we're going to leave the heat cranked up until it all comes to the boil, but there's a pint of water going in there as well, or half a litre. Am I getting that right? No, there's not. There's a litre of water going in there, you silly sausage. A litre of water is going to be going in there, cold water, along with the bouillon. Okay, so there's about, well, I've chopped up the garlic, the wild garlic, the ramson there, and the cabbage is going to be added into that. Now, because it's quite cellulose and it can be a bit stringy, I'm going to remove those central sort of spines to the leaf, get rid of those, and therefore it'll retain its softness. I don't want that stringiness. It's not something that I desire, so I've cut that out of that one. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to trim those off. Okay, there's our trimmed and chopped leafy greens. They're going to be added in towards the end, probably about 4 or 5 minutes towards the end of the cooking, when we're at the simmer stage. But the stems or the spines of the leaf don't go to waste, as you can see there. They'll be taken up to the allotment plot with the rest of the kitchen scraps and added into our compost to create more luscious vegetables. Okay, that's been boiling away now for a couple of minutes, probably about 5 minutes actually. And so the whole cooking process up until this point, we're at around about 20 minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the heat down to a simmer. And then cover for a further 20 minutes. There are good soups and there are bad soups. There are quick soups, but there are no good quick soups. Okay, so that's been bubbling away merrily now. I'm going to crank it up and I'm going to add in all the leafy greens. Okay, now I forgot to tell you that there's been a teaspoon each of the Himalayan sea salt, or whatever it's called, and the ground black pepper, the turmeric, and the herbs of Provence, herbs de Provence, has gone in as well. And we've added in also the stock bouillons. No, because they've got the know-how, obviously. Now all I'm going to be doing with that is letting it come back to the boil, leaving it to simmer for another minute, and then turn the heat off. But you don't want to destroy all the vitamins, you see, so I may just leave it like that to simmer. In fact, I will. I'll leave it like that to simmer for just a couple of minutes, and then it's time to blend it up then. You don't have to blend it up, but I think it becomes a nice, thick, more sort of weld together kind of a soup. So yeah, we'll cover that again and let it simmer for a couple of minutes. Okay, so just using the cheapest chips as the hand blender, like that one. I'm going to sort of blend it together. Okay. And there it is. I think I may add some strong cheese into that. A mature British cheddar cheese. In fact, I will. There we go. We'll get that mixed in. I'm just eating a little bit of cheese there. Like a mouse. Okay. Let's see how that tastes. It looks good. Alright. Here it goes. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. That's really rich. And really veggie tasting, obviously. Oh, that's nice, that. Perhaps a little bit peppery. I might put a little bit less pepper in next time. Although no, it's good. Right, I'm going to be eating that, and I'm going to give the lady farmer some, because it's packed with vitamins, that, and she needs it. She's a bit poorly at the moment. She's not got COVID, but she's not well at the moment. So yeah, keep growing with your heads down. Keep cooking with your heads down, and we'll see you tomorrow on the Little Farmer's Farm for more fun and japery. Alright, take care of yourselves and each other, and remember, we love you all. Guru Mafinda signing out. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button if you're already a subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe or consider it. Comment, like. We like the interaction. We'll always reply to you. Okay. Take care. Bye bye now, boys and girls.